Which party is more likely to maintain a loving, stable, consistent, and nurturing relationship with the child, adequate for the child's emotional needs? So the judge says mother is in a better position to provide a loving, consistent, and nurturing relationship with the child, adequate for the child's emotional needs. Father's erratic and abusive behaviors towards mother and mother's family members, as well as his own mother in the presence of the child, must affect the child's emotional health. This factor weighs against father and in favor of mother. So it's the fourth time she's mentioned a situation with my mom. That can be seen in the history part 2 video. Um, and she's saying father's erratic and abusive behavior towards mother and mother's family members, as well as his own mother. So towards mother and mother's family members, you cannot see any evidence, and even towards my own mother, I mean, it's just hearsay. I come from a dysfunctional family. This is not unlikely for somebody to attack you in this type of way. One of my sisters is not even allowed to get PFAs anymore because she abused the system for so long. And I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm just saying this is a common thing. And people in poor communities, not just in the family court system, too, have stories about women they know who abuse the system. Judge Tuel says father's erratic and abusive behavior towards mother and mother's family members. There is nothing that points to me being abusive towards the mother or mother's family member, but there's all the evidence showing that I'm the one that's being abused by mother and her family members. Please watch episode 39. I was attacked in front of my child, cursing me out and threatening me. And then maternal grandmother and the daughter who sexually abused my child went and filed criminal charges on me and made false reports to law enforcement and made it seem like I came there as the aggressor. Okay, so number 10. Which party is more likely to attend the daily physical, emotional, developmental, educational, and special needs of the child? Mother credibly, here it goes again with mother being credible. Mother credibly testified that the child's hygiene with father is lacking. The child comes home to mother from father's custody dirty, smelly, and improperly dressed. On one occasion, when mom picked up the child from father's custody, the child smelled like garbage. Mother sees to it that the child is properly bathed, wears appropriate clothes, is fed, and attends medical appointments. Father has placed the child in counseling and does take the child on certain activities. The child has echolalia. The child has acted and stated things that were very concerning to mother and maternal grandmother. In one instant, after a visit with father, mother's testimony was credible that the child was grabbing her crotch and saying, "You're so freaking pretty. You're so freaking pretty." That factor weighs in favor of mother and against father. So in this factor, it's all hearsay evidence, but then the judge says father has placed the child in counseling and does take the child on certain activities. Not just certain activities. You know, that's misleading because I've submitted over 50 exhibits showing everything that I do with Sadia. I believe that that's a fabrication of the 16 factors of custody. When you actually look at the record, she keeps saying mother credibly testified. What is credible about someone continuously committing perjury? Introduction of Exhibit N and the subsequent change in Asanya Watson's testimony serve as grounds for impeachment as they reveal discrepancies between her initial statements and the documented evidence. These consistent denials from both Jasmine, Christine, and Asanya Watson raise a serious question about their credibility. In evaluating witness credibility, courts typically consider several factors, including consistency of statements, demeanor and reliability, potential biases. This is going back to the Superior Court brief that I filed. And on page 207, at the top here, I was addressing the fact that Christine, Jasmine, and Asanya lied about if Jasmine had ever been the babysitter for Sadia. Mind you, I had dropped Sadia off over there hundreds of times. This is the only place I drop off and pick up since 2015. Jasmine and Christine got up there and lied in regards to whether Jasmine at any time babysits Sadia alone. Now, mind you, Jasmine and Christina, neither of them showed up in 2021 for any hearings. But now that we have a corrupt judge and a corrupt attorney presiding over this case, now they want to show up. When they showed up, they just lied, back to back lies. They also filed false reports with law enforcement. And I submitted these criminal complaints to Judge Tara Toohill. She did nothing about it. She seen firsthand, she witnessed, this judge witnessed these people trying to frame me and did nothing, and not only did nothing about it, but then assisted them in trying to frame me. You know, the lawyer tried to orchestrate all type of lies during every proceeding, but this lie right here, she must not have realized that there was already evidence showing Asanya admitted that Jasmine was her babysitter and sometimes would babysit for an entire day. And also with overnight daycare, I mean, as soon as Jasmine wasn't allowed to babysit, she put Sadia in overnight daycare, which suggests Sadia was was spending nights there. And I already know Sadia was spending nights there, but they wouldn't admit this on the record. But what she did admit is there are some days when on Asanya's full day, Sadia would be with Jasmine on that entire day. So they all three of them lied about that and tried to make it seem like Jasmine has never babysit Sadia and has never been with Sadia alone. So this is a person who sexually abused Sadia trying to cover up to make it seem like she's never been around her alone. So now Judge Toohill is relitigating this case all over again. And the false claims she's making against me, if they go unchallenged, then the restriction will be taken off of Jasmine and placed onto me. The trial court judge fabricated on the 16 factors of custody. The appellant argues that the trial court's opinion, particularly on page 18 of the May 3rd decision, inaccurately reflects the father's involvement in the child's life. This involvement is crucial for determining the child's best interest, which is a key consideration in custody cases. The appellant has submitted extensive evidence, including over 50 photographs documenting the child's participation in various activities such as extracurriculars, family visits, church attendance, and therapies, as detailed in the transcripts on page 129 to 137, dated March 12, 2024. The appellate contends that the trial court summary fails to accurately weigh this evidence and does not align with the statutory factors governing custody determinations. These factors are intended to ensure that the custody arrangement serves as the child's best interest, considering their emotional and developmental needs. On the other hand, the appellant raises concerns about the appellee's ability to provide adequate child care. According to the evidence, the appellee has difficulty with child care arrangements. See page 164 of the October 3rd, 2023 transcript. And attending to the child's needs, page 31 of March 12th, 2024 transcript. Additionally, there are allegations of malicious parenting. See pages 55 to 58 of the March 12, 24 transcript. And instances of selective memory under oath. See pages 76 to 87 and page 172 of the October 3rd transcript, as well as page 96 and 188 to 190 of the same date. The appellee has the child in no extracurricular activities, see page 59 of March 12, 2024 transcript, and maintains no family communications outside the household where the alleged perpetrator resides, see page 47 of the March 12, 2024 transcript.